Ooh. Looks like I'm lagging a little bit. Hang on. That's not good. Hey Macy, how's it going? We're lagging a little. Is it lagging on your end too, or is it just me? There we go, we'll fix this. It is? Okay. Good. Centered. Wow, it's so... The color is so strange today. I'm good. I slept all day again. Apparently that's all I do is sleep all day. I'm so excited. We're finally gonna finish, we're gonna finish this tale. I'm just so excited. It's about time, right? I know, right? I'm so excited. Alright, this should fit. Whoa, I'm so big. Alright, this'll do it, yeah. Woo! There we go, got it. Really? Did you already, you probably already posted it in the art section. I didn't look at the Discord yet today. Other than just say I'm going live. That's awesome. Alright. What was your persona's name again? Isn't it just Macy? Pretty sure it's just Macy. Alright, so let's see what we got in our mac and cheese box today. Sweet, yeah, post it so I can see. Alright, so... Wow, hi Sonic! Been a while, I missed you. Yeah, Macy, alright. How you been doing? Alright, I accidentally did way too much off stream, so now I have to explain what I did. Oh, wow. Oh, Sonic, no! There we go. Okay, gotta get the camera in the right spot. Okay, so... Oh, thank you! So I've got all the feathers on the sides now, and... Camera, please. I gotta turn it away from the window or it doesn't like it. We got this. Oh! Thank you, Sonic! That's so sweet! Here's the bottom of the tail's feathers. So they're kind of loose right now, like they're all separate. So we actually have to sew these together, so I think it looks better when it's together, because I was messing around with it. There it is! Thank you! I gotta change that from a zombie. Thank you so much! I appreciate that. That makes me so happy. Clover's pizza but green. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. When you're a pizza but green. Alright, so we also added the if you were a food, what would you be? Because I'm pretty sure I would just be a mac and cheese. Alright, we also added this belt hole here. Try to get this. I don't know why I only have one camera today. I think I just forgot I had a second camera. Okay. So I'm just dumb. Oh no, Sonic! Just feel like Clover made me. No. I don't want you to get in trouble, though. There we go. So I made this with Minky. So it's super soft. I remember when Twitch didn't have ads. Oh, in those good old days. Oh, Sonic, you don't have to. I feel so bad. You're so sweet. Ah! Well, thank you. That's really nice of you, honestly. Okay, so now I'm gonna explain what I did off stream so that because yeah, I got way ahead of myself. I was trying to finish this all on stream, but I got excited. Okay, so off stream what we had was a ton of loose tail feathers. Oh, nice, Sonic. Yeah. Well, you know, you're getting a lot of viewers now too, so I guess that makes sense. You should be making some YouTube money. That's awesome. It's about time. I mean, you make some really cool stuff. I love your channel. It's like the cutest channel ever. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, I'm gonna put on Sonic's channel. There we go. Okay. So, when we stopped, we had all these feathers. They were all loose, just feathers. So what I did here was, one side at a time. So just this side first, or just this side first. I'm trying to get the camera centered here. There we go. I connected the very bottom of each feather to each other. So I just quickly hand sewed them together, just very quickly, the very bottom center of each, so that I had one long string of feathers all attached together. Then I had to line it up at this against this fur and see how far apart I had to cut. And I cut right in the center. Thankfully, this tail is already cut right in the center. It's half black and half purple, so I didn't have to measure where the center was, but I was able to cut up the center all the way up to here where this first spike should be. And then I stuffed it in that seam, and it took a long time. I had to hand sew it at first because it was trying to shift out of place, but I had to make sure that it's sewn all the way in on both sides. So this side and this side here. Make sure that both sides look like they're holding very well. I didn't want it to come out on one side. That would be really bad. Oh, nice! Dang, over 1,000. Woohoo! Good, Sonic. Good job. Yeah, this is one huge tail. This is the biggest tail I've ever made. Yeah, I haven't seen you for a while, but you know, I haven't been streaming that often either, so that's totally fine. And you know, assignments are more important anyways. School is just awful, isn't it? It's just such a time taker. It just hogs all your time. But I hate to admit it, I actually did use math the other day. I needed to find out the diameter of a head, and I was using pi r squared, I think it was. I don't even remember now. Or d pi, I guess either works. Yodi, I used to be in school. Ah, what happened? I want to hear the whole story. Entertain me. So after I had sewn both sides of these together, I actually had to be able to inside out the whole tail, because of course it's inside out. So the problem here was this tiny little spot here is way too small to inside out with all these huge thick feathers. So when I had finished sewing the tail all the way down, I had to stop here so that I could have enough space here to inside it out, because it was so thin up here. There's no way. So I actually had to hand sew this whole area, and it just took forever. So I had to hand sew it from the outside, and I don't know if you've ever done any sewing. Hand sewing something closed from the outside is just misery, and it's even worse if it's fur, because it gets stuck. But but it's okay. We did it. We did it. So now I'll explain how I did these little feathers. All of these, which is pretty good story actually. Oh no! You were sewing and you had no idea how, but the needle broke, so the tip went somewhere, and you had to go to sleep because you never found it. And you got the needle in your back and you had to go to the hospital. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I am so sorry. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's just the odds of that are 0 in 1,000, 100 million. Like, what? Now, what I would have thought would happen was it would have fallen off the bed, it would have gotten stuck in your carpet, and then later on when you vacuumed it would have just gotten picked up. But the odds of that, that's insane. I am so sorry. That sucks. Macy, I'm hungry too. I got some Nilla wafers. This was my breakfast. That's what I ate. They're very good. I love these things. But still, this shouldn't be a breakfast. I need some real food. I know, it's so good. Alright, so then I gotta explain all these little feathers. So if you watch me doing the other feathers, it was just like that. I made a tiny, tiny little feather pattern. Just a little cutout of a feather out of paper. And I counted how many feathers. I think there's 11. It took forever. I had to cut all of these out twice, because, you know, both sides, and both sides here. So 11 times 2 times 2, 44. So I had to cut out 44 little shapes like this, and sew them all together, stuff them, sew it on the end, and then just like I did with the other feathers, I had to sew each little end piece together like this so I can make it into a long, almost like a string of lights, like Christmas light string, to get them to attach together. That way I could sew them into this seam here. So that's what I did. I attached them all together, I sewed them to the purple side, and then I flipped it over and made sure it sewed well into the black side too. I had to go over it a few times actually to make sure it wasn't coming out. But yeah, it took a long time. And then when I was done with that, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna sew the whole thing and turn it inside out. So I got my pins and I pinned it all the way down around the entire tail and sewn it. I sewed it. Yodi, I ate some scraps today. Back at ye old junkyard. Yeah, hey Indigo, look at big tail. We got big tail. We got lots of feathers, and we got stripes. I'm actually super jealous of this tail. I want to take it. It's really pretty. You did a really good design job here. So, yeah, I did this. It's big. I sewed all the way around, so the entire thing is closed except right in here. Ugh. Because you need a spot where you can turn it inside out and stuff it with stuffing. So I always choose the part of the tail that's the easiest, that's like the flattest. So usually right underneath the base of the tail is the flattest part, and it didn't have any stripes either. So that helps because it didn't have stripes. So right here, I left a spot open this big, and I used that to turn the whole thing right side out. And, so now we can use this to stuff it. Oh yeah, before I forget. Before I turned it inside out, I also had to do this base part. Come here, camera. So this part right here, I've shown this many times, so this part I was fine without showing on stream, but I'm still gonna explain quickly how I did it. So, before I sewed the tail together here, I obviously the tail was in two parts, a left and a right side, because it was mirrored. So I sewed it down the center seam so that it would be just a big open circle here, just empty open circle right here. And this is where you need to get. I usually find stuff around my room that's like round. Like I've got some mugs, like my Mega Man rug here. Mug, not rug. Oh my gosh. So I'll usually find something round and see if it looks about the right size, and then I'll trace it onto a little sheet of paper. Just trace it all the way around, and I'll cut out that piece in the minky or whatever fabric I'm using. I used minky this time, and I'll hold it up. I'll pin it all the way around, and I'll see if it's the right size. Because if it's too small, it's not gonna. You're not gonna be able to get all the way around with your pins. But if it's too big, this part is gonna be like bulbous, and you don't want that. So I pinned it up. It was a little big, so I had to trim it down a little. And then I pinned it up again, and it fit perfect. So good. So then I took it off again, and okay. Honestly, I would say half and half. I usually do half machine, half hand sew, because a lot of the stuff I do is just so small that I have to hand sew it. What is this lighting? What the heck? Hey, Lulu! How you doing? So to make this, so we got the round part, the very circle. So to make this loop here, I'll take the sphere and get my pen. I'll draw two lines like right here and here. And it'll make kind of a design, like a shape like this. And so then I just cut out that shape. I'll just do it on camera, whatever. So I'll draw two lines here. And I'll usually use a ruler. I'll try to make it even and straight. And so that's going to represent the belt loop. So I'll trace this onto another sheet of paper. So I'll have two circles. And then one of them I'll cut this loop out of right here. So this was a circle at some point, but I cut it. And so now we have these two pieces that match up exactly on the top and bottom. And that's going to be my belt loop. Oh, good. You're doing good. That's good. Good. The word of the day. I'm doing okay. I spent most of the day in bed, actually, because I like bed. I just don't like to get out of bed, okay? I just want to live in bed. Right? Also, when I do the belt loops, I usually double it up because in case it stretches or something, I want to make sure it's nice and durable. So, honestly, I'll usually trace this little pattern twice, this little belt loop, and sew it together just to get that second layer. And then I'll sew it on the circle. So, yeah. So then, I got all the feathers, and I hand sewn it all together. I sewed it. I have hand sewed it together. Then I did the side feathers, and I sewed all that in. Sewed this in, and I closed off the center line all the way around, except right in here, because this is the best part of the tail to leave open. And this is the part I turned it inside out from. And now this is the part we're going to use it to stuff. We're going to stuff that tail. Oh, good! Thank you! I gotta turn the camera some more so I get better colors. Thank you! I really like how it looks. I like the little featheries. I still have to, see the way that the tail feathers were? If it was all one color, I could have just done one big piece and just sewn a few lines through it to give it that feather-like shape, but since these were all different colors, I had to cut them out one at a time. So now I have to sew them together so that they stay together, because I think it looks a lot better. But I'm gonna ask Indigo if he likes it separate like this, or if I should sew it together, because I think it looks better if it's sewn together. Otherwise it kind of gets like this, where it's all just kind of everywhere. But yeah. Why does it look like a purple caterpillar? Alright, here comes the caterpillar. Whoa! It's just determination. I never thought of myself as having talent. That's pretty cool. Thank you! Imagine having talent of any kind. Yodi! Alright, so, first off, we're gonna actually start stuffing it a little bit. Okay, at the bottom of the tail here, I am gonna put some weight, like a bean bag, but at the very tip here, we need to have just a tiny bit of stuffing to fill it up. I think I'm gonna fill up the stuffing up to here, probably. So let's get that stuffing. Huh. The stuffing is far away. What is my hair doing? Come on. Oh, guys, I'm getting my hair dyed tomorrow because it turned very faint. I can't wait. It's gonna be navy blue again, like it's supposed to be. Okay. Okay. Yeah, right? That is just the hugest, heaviest box of stuffing. It's bigger than me! The only talent you have is shooting people in Valorant and staying alive with 1 HP. Honestly, though, I don't think I could do that in a million years. So, I count that as an intense talent. Alright. Stuffing. I seriously don't know why I didn't get out the second camera today. I didn't think about it until I started streaming, so I feel kind of stupid. Cameras are all very expensive, and I'm like, I got a second camera, and then I just forget. How do you just forget? You should make a fursuit. It's so fun, and I can help you anytime you get stuck. Alright, so I've got some... Oh man, this isn't gonna work. There we go. Huh! Alright, there's gotta be a good middle ground here. This just makes me appreciate my second camera more. Okay, got a little bit of stuffing. Gonna try to bring it all the way to the end of this very, very, very long tail. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should have left 2 holes, because this is just... Woo! I'm so close. My hand is right here. I gotta get it to the end. You know what? God invented tools for a reason. I'm gonna use my wooden stick. Okay. I'll use my sticky stick. I'll shove it in. It's like, I love daylight. I love it so much, but it makes the camera be weird. Okay. So broke. Yo, I feel that. Aww. Sonic, you have the ability to be naughty and just take the money. But that's really nice of you. That I'm glad you pay it back. I think that's really nice. But I feel bad because Okay, guys, this is way harder than I thought it would be. This is my new arm. Blah, 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 blah. Well, this is my life now, guys. I can't get the stuffing at the end. It's just, my arm's just gonna be in here forever. Dang. You know, I never had ability to access my parents' card when I was younger. I shoulda. Oh, dang! Some serious shots being fired. Alright, so I have a tip for anybody else and for myself next time I do this. Before you turn the whole thing inside out, stuff the end first. Yeah, this very end. I have learned many things today. Maybe there's somebody else with longer arms than me, but I'm really short. And I have short arms. Dang! Yeah, Sonic, you could get away with murder if you wanted to. Just like, ah, yes. This new game looks really nice. Ching! Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I'm just gonna keep stuffing in there, and then I'm gonna stuff a ton in there, and then I'm gonna use the stick to try to straighten it out. We're gonna try this. Nice to be bad. I thought you said bald because I'm kind of blind. I was like, it's nice to be bald, and I'm like, what? I mean, I guess. I mean, it would be easier to take care of your hair if you didn't have any. Bald! 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 It's not bald, it's thinning! I'm gonna start wearing a paper bag over my head. I bet there's like nobody who even knows what I'm talking about. I religiously used to watch SpongeBob growing up. And I still put it on sometimes, but not as often as I should. SpongeBob is just the king of humor. I love that show. Alright guys, this is actually a problem. I'm not sure how to get this stuffing in here. Alright. I have clothes on, really. Alright, we're gonna try taking the jacket off. Okay. Alright. Perhaps I can get it further up my arm if I'm not wearing a jacket. That's my plan here. Oh. Okay, guys, wish me luck. Okay, yeah, making a fursuit without being able to, draw is, it's a lot harder, but it's still possible. Yeah, Yodi's on the same page as me. To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. Hey, I found Square Bob. That's a cereal box. Oh man. What if that was the hibernation episode, I think, where Sandy is going crazy. She wants to do all the things. SpongeBob is terrified of death, so he's just hiding under Patrick's rock. It goes whoosh out the window. Like, I know you're probably just saying that metaphorically, but it's really funny to imagine it actually going out the window. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this is just, well, they say you learn stuff every time you mess up, and boy, have I learned. Next time I'm definitely going to stuff this first. Ah! Yeah, going out the window, just like, boo! It's gone. Just like, what happened to your homework? You see, the window was open and, Thor came by. Okay, guys, this is actually working. This is actually working. I'm amazed. See, if I wasn't doing on this on stream, I would just be doing this alone on my own, and that could be kind of really frustrating and boring, actually. So, thanks for keeping me sane while I'm trying to do this very difficult spot. I appreciate you guys' existence. Yeah, I bet the teacher never would have heard that one before. Thor stole my homework. Oh, did I get it? Oh, it's going. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. My arm's getting, believe it or not, kind of warm in here. It's, I mean, it's just a fursuit for my arm right now, so. I was always wondering. I'm not even mentally stable, but I'm so energetic, I just drank 3 Cokes. Yeah, what is low blood pressure? We don't have that here. So I was at Micro Center yesterday, because, I wanted to go to Micro Center. And, in line they have this fridge of drinks, and oh man, this fridge had a Sonic drink in it, and I was like, yeah! It was a Sonic peach flavored drink, energy drink, of course, and I was like, alright, I gotta know what Sonic tastes like. I mean, okay, it was the flavor of Sonic's rings, which doesn't sound strange at all, I swear, but, I had to know what Sonic's rings tasted like. And honestly, though, it was really good. I really like peach-flavored things, and I really liked how it tasted. But, yes, I was sold an energy drink because of Sonic. But it was worth it. Alright. Let me get my brush out here. Ugh. So after enough finagling, I think I got it in there, but the fur is kind of all like puff. So let's brush it and see how it looks. Yeah, actually. So the thing with stuffing is that you want to make sure you put enough to where the thing holds its shape, but you don't want it to be overstuffed where if you squish it, it's like literally a rock, or if you stuff it too much, it's way too heavy. That was a mistake I made on my very first tail, on Figby's tail, but thankfully I realized that I overstuffed it before I finished sewing it up, so. But yeah, when I first stuffed it, I was like, this is kind of overstuffed. So yeah, you just need enough stuffing to make it hold its shape properly. Teacher, describe where you went on the weekend. Random kid in the corner. I went to McDonald's because I wanted to. Honestly, me. It's like, I went to Micro Center because I wanted to. I actually don't know how many Micro Centers there are. I don't think there's a lot of Micro Centers. I think there's only one in Michigan. And I do have to travel a little bit to get to it, but it's just such a cool store. And I do have a 3D printer, and they have this huge 3D printer section, so. The reason I got a 3D printer is because, I talk about this all the time. I went to school for 3D animation, so I know how to do 3D modeling, and so I use that skills to make, Fursuit eyes, and I 3D print them. So, I'm actually working on a 3D head, 3D model for a head sculpt so I can make 3D printed head bases. Because right now, all my head bases are made out of foam, upholstery foam. But, man, I really, really want to start making some 3D printed bases. Because I have the ability and it sounds fun. Yeah, right? Doesn't that sound fun? My only trouble is, and I'm really very concerned about this, a lot of 3D printed bases or resin bases, a lot of those bases, they make results that look the same. Like, if you've ever seen, like, a more for less suit, you know it's a more for less suit. And I probably shouldn't bring up Don't Hug Cacti after their controversy, but, if you see one of their suits, you're like, oh yeah, that's a DHC suit right there. It's like, it's a good and a bad thing, because then the person who's commissioning, they know what they're gonna get, and if they like that style, it's fine. But personally, I want every suit to look different, so that's the only trouble, is it's kind of hard to make them all look different if some of them are, if they're 3D printed, because it's kind of built off that same base. Alright guys, so I've got this base part stuffed down to about here. So now let's add in our weights. So let me push this down a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna yeet that over there. Oh guys, I brought Mr. Woofs today. Yeet. It's beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. I wish I had an extra one I could just yeet it at you. I wish I could. I would too. If only it didn't take so long to make. So, just like Beanie Babies, some stuffed animals, they have those beads in their feet, and Mr. Woofs has it. So, it gives weight to his feet. So, if I just throw him up in the air, he's not gonna land like this ever. Like, guaranteed. He'll land any other way, because all the weight is on his feet here. So, shipping from the US to Germany. Dear Lord. I've always wanted to go to Germany. Like, my family, they're all German. Like, but I've never, I feel like because of that, it would be really cool to visit Germany, since that's where, like, my entire family is from, but I've just never been. You stop trying to spell right. It's fine. I know what you were saying. So let me grab my polyfill pellets. Alright, so this is heavier than it looks. These are weighted stuffing beads. Apparently this is 6 pounds. It's very heavy. But they come in two types. They come in regular Beanie Baby or like bean bag little pellets, or you can get them in glass. I don't know why you would get them in glass, but most of these are plastic, and you want plastic. I think glass is a bad idea. I have no idea what people would use that for. You accidentally closed the stream. Oof. I hate it when I'm doing that. I'm just minding my own business, and I accidentally, like, close off all the tabs I'm watching. It's... Oh, you're trying to open a new tab. Yeah, right? That's so annoying. I hate that. Okay, so here's something else I did off stream. Big oof. Lulu's over there like... So here's something else I did off stream. I made this little packet thing that we're gonna stuff with these polyfill pellets. So basically for this, you just want to find something that some material that's sturdy but that won't soak up a ton of water. So no cotton. Oh, I'm gonna cough. Sorry, just dying. Okay, no cotton. I like try to find see-through mesh or something that's durable enough. Just something that'll work good for this. So when you wash it, it doesn't like keep all that water in there. Why does everything you show look good? Honestly, you're so sweet. I really don't think it's that great, but thank you. It gives me hope that I can do something. So whenever I make a little baggie like this for the beads, sew all the way around except just a little area so you can have a spot to pour the beads in. I didn't have to sew this side because I just folded the fabric here, so cheat. I cheated it. It is! Ah! You're so sweet, seriously. Ah? Alright, I was trying to open this. So, I've decided I need to go to the dollar store and get a funnel. But, since I am not very smart, I forgot to do that. So, I'm gonna make my own funnel. This is something I discovered at the end of, not at the end. During one of my previous streams. That I can make my own funnel. If I can find my tape. There we go. Wow. You can tell this is a fursuit work area because just the tape already has fur stuck in it. Okay, funnel. Funnels are us. I use my left-handed scissors today. I'm feeling it. Alright. Right here. Okay. So I cut off that little tip. Sweet. I have a funnel. You know what? Let's make it pretty. Let's just cut off the top too. Now we have a real funnel. Okay. So this is the really scary part where I accidentally pour stuff all over the place. So I guess we'll just see how big of a mess I make today. Okay. I'm so scared. This is always bad. This never ever ends well. Okay, stick the funnel. Your internet is being trash. Dude, I hate it when that happens. Especially if I'm just trying to stream and my internet decides to go out. It's so frustrating. Whoa. Oh, guys. This is actually working today. What even? This is working. Just watch. Because I'm all happy that it's working, I'm gonna spill it all over the place. Whoa. Funnel is getting a little full. I need to make it dump out. Come on. Come on, funnel. Spit it out. Getting a little stuck in there. There we go. Sweet. We got a baggie. What a satisfying sound. Just plop. More. Needs more. That's the thing about anything artistic. It's like 90%. Oh, God. Well, there it is. I knew I'd drop some. Okay. Oh, God. Oh. Alright, there was still some stuck in the funnel that I didn't know about. And I just dropped, like, maybe 10 of these things, so. Alright, guys. I was, like, really proud of myself for a while there. If you were there, you would help. You know, that would be awesome. Because, honestly, if I just had another pair of hands, this would be a lot easier. Because one of us can hold it still, while the other one pours it. Oh, good. Yeah, Sonic, just switch internets. That'll fix it. Honestly, a lot of the time it will. Oh. Oh, please. Oh, I'm so scared right now. Okay. Alright, guys. This is fine. Everything is fine. Ah! Bump. Alright, this is good. I think I need to make the bottom of the funnel a little bit bigger next time, because it's getting a little stuck. This is probably going to be enough beads. So, man, I need a drink. I should get out the rest of my Sonic Energy drink. Except I left it at my brother's house, so... Okay. Alright, my friends. I think we did it. I'm gonna put the cap... Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put the cap on this right now before something happens. I need to hydrate. Yeah, you know what? I wasn't going to, but since you told me so, you told me to. Because you told me to! You know, I always have to have some kind of water bottle, whether it's like a store water bottle or, you know, just a regular one that you wash. Some kind of water bottle, because if I don't have a lid, it will get fur and foam in it. It'll get so gross. I can't ever just have a mug like normal people. I just... So, you know where all my mugs go? Instead, all my mugs come over here, and they hold my scissors, and they hold all my markers, all my things, because there's no other time I'm gonna use my mugs. Oh! You know what? I feel that. Honestly, though, whenever I go downstairs and I'm like, I'm thirsty, I agree. I usually grab the milk. Well, I mean, it's better than drinking nothing, so we should probably drink more milk. I mean, more water. Oh my gosh. Well, we all know what's on my mind. I just want more milk. Okay. I scooped up like 5 pellets, and I tried to put them back in the bag, and I just dropped them all on the floor. Just like... Pain! Alright. The actual struggle here. This is fine, guys. That's why I had to get a shot vac. Milk is just tasty. Seriously, though. Milk is just awesome. Alright, so... Actually... Okay. I also use my mugs to hold little bits and bobbles that I need to use. So... I am gonna sew the top of this, but, before I sew it up, I want to make sure that it's not too heavy or too light. So I'm gonna use this twist tie to hold it closed, and I'm gonna stuff it in the tail and just kind of mess around with it and, decide for myself if it's heavy enough. So, move it, you stuffing box. Okay. Okay. So where's that opening? Right in here. Alright. Gonna stuff this baby in there. The floof! I know, right? Alright. Okay, so right here, this is where it's at. Right where this hand is. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for hanging out for so long, Lulu. It was really nice hanging out and just chatting with you. It was really, it was just nice. I haven't gotten to chat with you for a while, so thank you so much. Bye. So nice. I love getting to talk with you guys. Alright, so, the weight. The weight is about right here, which is where I wanted it. Honestly, this feels really good to me. It's kind of hard to test it on myself because the person is just way taller than me, but... yeah, I think this is okay, actually. Just me walking around in my room like this. Okay. Now that you guys have gotten a good camera angle of my swordfish shirt, oh, it's Link! Hi! Whee! Always coming in a cool way. We just put some beanbag stuffing in here, and it's like nice and weighty. It's just so satisfying. So now I just gotta stuff the rest of this. If I can find the bottom, there we go, okay. I love this tail part. I just want to hit people with it. Oh no! Oh, Sonic. Yeah, I know you were working on fixing up that Woody doll. Actually, I haven't heard any news on it in a while. I thought you were just done. Weren't you done with it? But it just fell off? Like, what? Ah, yes, a cloud. Harness the clouds. So, Fel and his wife, they went to go visit some friends in another state, so I've actually been here alone for like a week, and, I'm not going crazy, you're crazy! It's just a little lonely, just a little bit. I mean, I sat outside and I was watching the clouds for a little bit when I needed a break from working on fursuits, and that was nice. We have a skate park just down the road, so I walked there, but it was really awkward because there was a lot of, like, stereotypical, guys in beanies, like beanie hats, just skating around, and they were being all cool and stuff, and I felt really awkward being around them, so, I quickly left the skate park, but I did have fun taking a few walks on my own. I was just playing Pokemon Go. Hey! Just believe! Yay! I have no words for this. I'm just excited. How you doing? Hi! I appreciate that. Even just saying hi, that made me really happy. Thank you. Party time. I'm just stuffing a tail. Just putting the stuff. There we go. But I got out my old rollerblades. I haven't used them in a while. They're not old, but it feels old. I've had them as long as I can remember because I haven't grown as long as I can remember, so they still fit. So I got out my rollerblades, and I'm thinking maybe today or tomorrow I'll go out and for my daily exercise I'll just go rollerblade for a bit. I would love to make you a tail, Link. That would be so fun. Maybe someday. I'll give you a good discount because you're my friend. Anyone who watches the stream gets a discount, but especially you because you're always here. Yeah, I know that feel though. Alright, so I want to make sure I don't stuff this too much because I did just stuff it too much a little bit, and this part was way bulbous and this part was tiny, and that was really goofy looking. Oh, just believe. My heart. Thank you. You're so sweet, honestly. You guys, every day I wake up and I'm just like, man, what's the purpose of anything? And then I start streaming, and then I'm reminded that there's so many nice people still left in the world, and that there's actually a point to life. So I really just appreciate when you guys really do make my day. I don't know if you know. Thank you. Yeah, Sonic discount. I know, right? Friends discount. Hey. Man, I haven't seen, I don't know why that reminded me of that. Mean Girls in so long. That's just such a ridiculous movie, but it's so fun to meme. It's fun to make memes on. Alright. Me stuffing tail for 18 years. That's fine. I knew that's what this stream would be. But it just takes a while. It really does. It's just a really long tail. I probably should have charged more for the tail, but I didn't know it was going to take this long, but there's a lot of stripes. I think the stripes, it's not the floor dragger part of it. I mean, that's part of it, but really, it's just the stripes and all the feathers that took so long. But, oh well, you live, you learn. Next time I'll just be more aware of how long this takes. Alright. So I'm trying to stuff this, but it keeps falling off the table here. I think if I'm ever doing this again, but I'm doing it off stream, I'll probably stuff it on the floor. Because this is really hard to stuff on the table. Because it's big! Ugh, okay. Okay, guys, this is good. This is the very top piece. We're getting close. Let me grab my next cloud. We're getting there. Okay. Stuff. So I was at Taco Bell yesterday night, because I was hungry. And, the guy at the drive-thru window, he was a lot older than me, but, I mean, he seemed like a really nice guy. Anyways, he was like, "Is that a Nintendo shirt?" Because I was wearing my Nintendo 64 shirt that one of my friends got me for Christmas or something, I don't remember. But anyways, it was just so funny because I love it when I meet other people with the same interests as me, and whenever I wear my Figby furry mask out in public, it's like, basically it's telling everybody, I'm a furry. If you're a furry, say hi to me. Same thing, if you're wearing like a Nintendo or a PlayStation shirt or something, you're bound to get compliments and you're able to find other people with the same interests as you. So honestly, I think that's why I have so many graphic t-shirts, because it's really a good conversation starter, honestly. I've got some wolf shirts and stuff too. Really, I just love graphic tees. There's definitely something to be said about all kinds of styles, like clothing styles, and I like a lot of different kinds of clothing styles, but that's why I find myself gravitating towards standard graphic tees, because it's just, I just have so much fun wearing them. I've been visiting a lot of gaming stores lately looking for Skylanders, so yeah, actually, that's just what's been going on in my life. That's all I do lately. I work on Fursuit tails. Sometimes I take a walk if I need some exercise. And if I go out shopping, it's usually for Skylanders. It's really fun to get into collecting stuff, and I really just love collecting Skylanders. Part of the fun of it is... You're such an adult! Me. What do? I make costumes, and I play Pokemon Go, and I buy Skylanders. Honestly, though. And then there's me talking about my graphic tee love. Like, that's so funny. I know, right? I don't intend to grow up anytime soon. That's probably the problem. I really like collecting stuff, so if I'm gonna be getting into collecting something, it might as well be collecting something that is very, very cool, and you can use it in the game. I like being able to use the Skylanders in game, and I really like drawing, so I like sketching the Skylanders, and I like drawing them with hats, and it's just something I really, really am into. Just really like Skylanders a lot. I used to collect them back when they were big and popular, but you know, back then they were expensive. Now it's a bit easier to get a hold of most of them. But, now I'm getting into the nitty-gritty where now I'm just at the part where I have all the common ones and I need the rare ones, and that's expensive, so now I'm kind of, I'm slowing down a bit. I can't just be spending all my savings on toys, even though I really want to. If I didn't know how to make fursuits, I'm pretty sure I'd be spending my money on fursuits. But since I can do that for myself, at least I can spend my money on Skylanders. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting so close. Right at the top here. I already stuffed it up here, and everywhere here down, so now I just gotta stuff it right in this center section. By the way, if you ever shove any of these beanie beans in there, weighted beads is what they're called, but I like to call them beanbag beads because everybody knows what that is. Make sure you put it in a little baggie like I did. Oh shoot, I'm stupid. Oh god, I'm stupid. Alright. I made a mistake, but I'm gonna fix it. Yeah, make sure you stuff it in a bag like I did, because otherwise, if you just pour those beans in there, and then you ever get a slight tiny little hole anywhere here, they're all gonna come pouring out of that hole. So that's why you want to make sure you don't do that. Like, oh, I hate getting hit in the beanbag. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, I made a stupid mistake, and that's probably because I'm streaming and talking at the same time. My focus is not as good when I'm streaming, as I found out. So, once you make your little beanbaggy, I like to test it out and make sure it's the right weight. But the problem is, I forgot to sew it closed. Ta-da! So to test it, I just tied it up so that I could see if it felt right. But I forgot to pull it back out and sew it. Ah! So yes, I just had to unstuff all of that. But the good news is, now I know how much stuffing I need, so... Alright. So I gotta quickly sew this. There we go. When I was really little, I remember I used to collect, of all things, Care Bears. They had those little stuffed animal Care Bears about this big, honestly, just a little bit taller than Mr. Woof's here. And I was little, but I loved those Care Bears. And I still have all of them, too. It's just so funny to me. The things that you collect, you know. It's just funny how you get into collecting certain weird things. Like, some people collect stamps, and I think that's really cool, but it's like, I'd rather have something that I can use more. Like, at least with the Care Bears, I was able to, like, use them as stuffed animals, too, and play with them. But some people are really into stamps. Basically, you could collect anything, so I'm really curious what other people collect. Alright, I have to sew this top little hole very quickly, so I'm actually going to fold this over like this. Make sure none of these get out. Extra caution. Alright. Sorry guys, just give me a moment. Sewing! Okay. Did I do it? I think I did it. Okay. Oh. The tail just took a dive. It jumped onto the floor. Water! What do you collect? Water? You know, water is a good thing to have, I'm pretty sure. collected 2 kids and then it got too expensive as a hobby. That's incredible. You know, I feel that. I can agree. That's probably the most expensive hobby you could come up with. That's really good. Okay. So I did do a straight line all the way across, but I'm gonna go over it again with a zigzag line because I want to make super sure that this doesn't come undone. I don't know, I could. I think I have enough energy today to play a game if anybody is interested. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Sonic in forever, so if any... Yeah, I mean, sure, I'm fine with that. Also, when you're trying to sew this, it, like, the beanbag beans try to scoot towards the edge, and you're like, no, get back, I'm trying to sew here. They're always trying to escape. Whoa! It's fell from the great beyond. I was just telling them how you left for a while, and how I'm totally not all alone. Oh, I'm so happy. I love it when people use the commands, especially the hug command. That made me really happy. Alright. Now let us try again. I actually have this sewn properly, so I'm gonna restuff. Party. I've actually been playing a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon lately, and I'm tempted to play that one on stream, but I think I would need to test it first, because supposedly Roller Coaster Tycoon is notorious for being difficult to stream because it doesn't want to be picked up by streaming softwares. So, I don't know. I really, really want to stream Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I don't know if I can. I might just have to do Sonic today, and then, afterward, try to figure out what's up with the settings. Maybe I could get the settings to work, but I haven't tried it. Maybe I won't have trouble. Well, as far as I can tell, we're all just kind of hanging out. I'm trying to stuff this tail, and then I, accidentally stuffed it all the way up, and I forgot to put in the bean bag. Well, I put in the bean bag, but I forgot to do something with it, so I had to unstuff the whole tail so I could sew it closed better, and then it took some time. But everybody is still here with me, so it's okay. We were also talking about how I have a crippling addiction to collecting Skylanders. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like, actually. You know what? The cats are going crazy without all of us here, because with just me and 3 cats, they need so much attention, and I can't keep up. Like, I have been having to, like, basically just live downstairs because the cats need so much attention. They crawl on me. They're like, love me! The cats are really sweet, but man, with just me, it's very hard to keep them happy. I love cats. Also, they knocked over their entire food jar. Like this, we got the huge food jar, and I don't know how they did it, but they knocked it over and took the lid off. Twice. So, I spent a lot of time sweeping these past few days. They've done that too many times. Oh, yeah. That's what I started doing. Just locking the lid. It's just kind of annoying to lock the lid because the lid's a little bit tight on there, but I guess that's what you gotta do to keep the cats from, breaking in and entering. Yeah, Minx is the big fatty. I sure love our cats. I could talk about cats for hours. And I'm sure I will. Alright, we're still stuffing this. This tail is just so long. It's a big tail. I wonder where I put the belt. I know I made a belt already. Actually, I think I know exactly where it is. Believe it or not. Everything I have right now is pretty lost, but, I think I know right where the belt is. Anyways, this tail is gonna be done by today. After we stuff it, I mean, the last thing to do is just to hand sew this little hole closed, so, yeah. I don't know. It takes a while. Oh, no! Sad. Sweet potato. That's a new one. I've never heard that one before. Yeah. Some hotel Wi-Fi is just sad. That's the best way to put it. Alright, this is really thin down here. Just by squeezing it, I can tell I needs more stuff. That's right, you stuffing. Make the tail thicker. Whoa! That's pretty intense. Potatoes. Thank you for that. Wow. Well, that's cool. I have no idea what that is, but that's cool that, at least Link knows what Sonic's talking about, because that went right over my head here. Oh, you're gonna be back tomorrow? What? Good. Then you can pet the cats so it can help take some of the load off of me. Because, boy, these cats, they just want so much love. Thank you, Phil. Have a good one. Do a safe drive. So I'm guessing that's a band. AKB48. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a band. Okay, more stuffing. More stuffing! Okay, once again, we're right at the end here. Very tippy top. We're so close. You know, I stream so much. Yay! He'll take care of the cats. Lots of pets. Okay, good. Yes, drive safe. People are crazy on the road. Including me! I mean, I think I'm a really good driver. I think I'm a very safe driver. But when you live in the city, you have to know when to stop and you have to know when to floor it. And I drive a minivan, but boy, do I know how to floor it. Sonic, I'm a bad driver. You know, I'd be surprised if you knew how to drive, actually. Okay. This might be good. Oh, I can't scoot back anymore. Why? Okay. This might be good. I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit. There we go. Feels pretty good. Here we go. Okay. I'll hold this here. Yeah? Feels pretty good, actually. Maybe a little bit tight here. Might need to level it out a little bit better here. Ooh. Stuffing everywhere. Oh, that's so sad. You know, if I had a car that was gone also, I probably would keep the key too. But that's so sad. What color was your minivan? Minivans are just really, really helpful. I don't know, I love minivans. That's really a sad, sad moment. Okay. So I'm just going to keep squeezing it all the way down, make sure it's the right stuffing amount. Ooh. Need more. Either it's too much or it's too little. There's no winning here. Stuff it. Oh, the struggle. White 94 Plymouth Voyager. Huh. Here's me knowing nothing about cars. I have a Grand Caravan, I think. I'm gonna look up 94 Plymouth Voyager. Oh, that's sick! It's like square. I really like square-shaped vehicles. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I see a white one. Oh, dude. That's a cool one. That's sad. Did it just die? Like, what happened to it? Poor car. Oh, that's fun, Sonic. Yeah. I knew you were younger, so I knew you didn't have a license yet, but, that's really fun. I love it when, I mean, a lot of dads will take their kids to drive, somewhere where it's not populated. I remember my sister, when we were, like, maybe 14 or 15, and she almost hit a pole. That was funny. I never let her live that down, though. The only accident I ever got in with a car, was because it was winter in Michigan, and I slid on the ice into a snowbank. And I severely damaged the bumper of a car, but, it was okay. It survived. I still feel really bad about it because it was my mom's van, but for whatever reason, my entire family ended up with minivans. My mom, my dad, me. It's just like, alright, minivans it is. Hey, Rudder, how's it going? Yodi, I don't know what you were saying yes to, but I do appreciate random yeses. Just yes. We're just stuffing this tail. It didn't have enough stuffing, so I had to do some extra effort to make sure it was thicker. Gotta make it the right consistency, and that's honestly the hardest part. There we go. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay. More stuffing! This is good. I'm glad to be getting some of this stuffing out of my inventory because, dear Lord, this is taking up too much space. I've got so much stuffing right now. So how are you doing, Rudder? I hope you're having a good day. I think my brother had to take some SATs today. So I hope he's having a good day too. I don't know. But I think you're in Canada, Rudder, I think. So, yeah, I don't even know if you guys take SATs over there. I'm not really sure how it works. But you likely aren't taking any today. Wow, this feels pretty good, actually. Okay. Put it up here. Tail, you're too big. There we go. Yeah, that feels really good. Yeah. I'm into this. I like it. So, I have to... I'm okay with the stuffing. It feels good. So now I have to just close up this hole, and I'm actually going to sew these feathers together, because they kind of look, I think they would look better if they were together. If at the very least, the ones at the bottom here need to get sewn together, because they're kind of just everywhere. But, yeah, maybe these top ones are okay. I'm gonna have to ask Indigo, which is who this tail belongs to see if they like these separate or not. But definitely at the bottom is gonna have to be sewn together, because it's supposed to look better. Alright. Let me lay it out so I can... Whee! Here we are. Okay, so that's how the bottom is supposed to look. So we kind of have to sew it together to make sure it looks correct. Yeah! So, let's get some hand sewing done. Yeah, Sonic, I feel that. Just one of those days where you want to slam your face into the keyboard and just... How long does it take for super glue to dry? You know what? I actually have a deathly fear of super glue. I've only ever used it a few times, but it got my fingers stuck together so bad that I'm just scared now. So I don't really know. It takes a little bit, though. I mean, at least 5 minutes, I think. Yodi might know. Calling Yodi, if you're still in the chat. A question that I think you might know the answer to? Maybe? Otherwise, you could Google. Ah, yes. Google. Wait, 30 minutes? What? That seems kind of excessive. Okay, so when I have to hand sew an area closed that is long, like any kind of fur, always brush the fur straight out of the seams first. And keep that brush nearby, because you're going to need to keep brushing this fur straight so it doesn't get in your way when you're trying to hand sew it closed. 5 to 10 minutes, unless it's your fingers, then 10 seconds. Maybe that super glue you have doesn't bond to whatever you're trying to glue it to. Maybe that's the problem. Where is my needle? I always keep a needle. Did I lose it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I got scared for a second there. I always keep a needle ready. I usually just stick it in one of these, because to get the needle out of the little needle spindle every time is so annoying. It's just not even worth it. So I just stick it in there. So whenever I need it, it's this ready. The only downside to that is if the cat gets in the room, he'll take it. Super glue is scary stuff, man. I had to use it once, and it was... Well, I think I've used it... I can recall 3 separate times I used it, actually. And all 3 times ended in disaster. No! Sonic, no! To the hospital again! Alright, guys, we're all going to Weenie Hut General. Okay, seriously? If Weenie Hut General was a serious, actual, hospital you could go to, you can bet I would go there. Alright, so... Let me get some extra light over here. Maybe that'll help. I need to get a light that's less yellow. Like, try to get it more of a true light that's like a more white. Imagine gluing your eyes shut. Oh, jeez. That's like horror movie right there. Alright, so since I'm left-handed, I tend to start on my right, on the right side and work left. It's just easier for me that way. So for you guys, it might be easier the other way. Either way, so I start from the inside here and get my needle all the way out. And I'm actually going to tie a little knot. I'm going to go back on the inside, come out again, and use this to thread a knot here, because with just the little tiny knot at the end of the string, it will not... Oh, look at, see, I already pulled it through. This tiny little knot will not... it won't stay, because this is a pretty open weave. Like, it's not very tightly woven. It's very loosely woven, so this tiny little knot at the end here is not gonna stay. So to make it stay, that's why I go around a few times. 1, 2, and then I use this thread to make a knot so that it will actually stay in there. There we go. Ta-da! Gotta wash hands. Yeah, please do. I don't want you to be stuck forever. Alright, so this is the hardest part, especially on camera. So what you're gonna do is start on the underneath, like I just did a second ago to do the knot. And come out. Then go on the other side, on the underneath. And come out. And what you're trying to do is make a... Let me get my paper here. So what we're trying to do is, well, let's say this is, there we go. Okay. So this is one side of the fabric over here. And this is the other side of the fabric over here. I'll make this one darker. And this is the open hole that you're trying to sew closed. So you tie a knot, here at the end, and you want to kind of zigzag it closed. All the way down. So, I hope that makes sense. So you want to start at the end with the knot right here, and do a few zigzags, and pull it tight, do a good knot, and then do a few zigzags, pull it tight, do a good knot, all the way to the end. Because if you don't knot it, this string will always break. It's just a guarantee. So the question is, how far do you go before you put a knot? So I always do maybe like 4 or 5 stitches, and then I knot it, just in case it breaks open. Then it doesn't unravel the entirety of what you did, just up to that knot. So I'm gonna go underneath, do that little zigzag. You got it on your PC! Oh no, Sonic! Isn't that an important part? I hope it's not on, like, the keyboard. Okay, so let me get a little bit closer. Yeah, I'm sure you do this all the time, because you sew a lot, so I'm sure you already knew this. Okay, so right here you can see a zigzag between, and I've done a few stitches now, so I'm actually going to close it up and tie a knot. So, trying to get the camera in a good spot for this. Whoa! Ah! Camera, go down! Okay, right here. So, to close this down, when you have a normal seam, that seam, let me use a jacket. I've got my jacket here. Yeah, here we go, okay. So here's my jacket, and here's the seam. So the seam is going in. So from the inside, this is what it looks like, right? And so the outside, you pinch the two on the inside so that the outside looks nice and smooth. So that's what we're trying to do here, but reverse. So we want the nice smooth side on the outside here, and we want the two edges of this to go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch this together the best I can, and I'm going to use my needle to kind of push these two edges down so that it's going in. And then I'm going to pull it tight. Gently though, because if you pull it too hard, it'll just rip the string. There we go. And so it made these few stitches tightened. And these edges piece here are going on the inside instead of coming out toward me. And then I'm going to do I'm going to do one more stitch, and I'm going to turn that into a knot. So it will be nice and safe in case we accidentally rip the thread further along. Yeah, Sonic, I'm sure you already know all this, because you sew all the time. I feel bad for your Woody, though, that his head came off again. That's so unfortunate. Alright, I'm actually gonna double knot this in case something happens to it. So now, if you look right here, you can kind of see our stitching from before. I know it's so small, it's hard to see. Even with my HD camera here, it's just not gonna pick it up. There we go. Okay. So you can actually kind of see where I did some stitching here. I could have done it a little bit tighter, it would have been more perfect. But usually I'll actually go over it a second time all the way down with normal fabrics. But with faux fur, it hides it so well, you don't need to do it a second time, I mean. So yeah, we're gonna just continue now. I double knotted that, and it's gonna be nice and tight. The pros and cons of faux fur. It's harder to work with, for sure, but it's easier to hide mistakes, too. So it's like very, very, I'd say it's just as hard or just as easy as any other fabric because of that. So I'm starting on the inside of each side, coming out, and I've done a few stitches, so I'm going to repeat. I'm going to use the needle to push the center down, and I'm going to pinch it together. The reason I pinch it together is so that if I just like pulled this string to pull the pieces together, it would literally just rip the string. So if you pull it together yourself first, then it won't rip the string. So always pull it together. There we go. Now I'll tighten this. I don't belong here. Why not? You're perfect for being here. You're a sewing person like me. And you're a Sonic fan. We're like, I'm pretty sure if we lived near each other, we would just hang out all the time and play Sonic games. And sew. Alright, so I did a few stitches. I'm gonna give it another knot. I mean, I probably put more knots than necessary, but I've broken the thread so many times in the past and then have had to redo so many sections that it's not even worth it to me. It's just, it's more worth it to me to put extra knots than it is to accidentally rip the thread and have to redo it over and over and over. So, that's why I do not. I don't leave it up to fate. I'm just gonna keep going. So yeah, all that time that we were doing this, we only got about an inch down. Yeah, it takes quite a while. So, unfortunately, this is just gonna... We're just gonna keep going, but it's unfortunate. It's gonna take a while. I was kind of wanting to finish this on stream, though. So I'm just gonna keep going. And I'm probably gonna rant about other stuff, so... Unless I come up with anything else to say about this, it's just the same process over and over. Inside out in a zigzag fashion. You're not wearing your sombrero in a goofy fashion. I love that episode of SpongeBob with the sea bear. That was an oval. It has to be a circle. Are you allowed to watch TV shows or movies and make commentary on them while you're on Twitch? Because I feel like that would be bad. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that. Oh, how do I make my knots? After I actually just make another whole stitch and... yeah, I'll show you. So I'll just make another whole normal stitch. And before I pull it tight, there's still this little piece of thread, and I'll just stick it through there. Yeah. So that's it, basically. So just another stitch, and just don't pull it tight all the way, and stick your needle underneath it. And then you're good. Then you can pull it tight after, and it's a knot. What? Funny story. You had to do one of those things that says, select all the images with parking meters. Yeah, I hate those. And there was a picture of a mailbox that you didn't select, and it wouldn't let you pass until you did. That is so dumb. I'm sorry. What? What the heck? That really defeats the purpose. When you're smarter than the robot, that the robot's trying to outsmart the human. Like, what? Okay. That is so dumb. I'm sorry. I really like if they have to do that these days to make sure that they're not, that you're not a bot, that you're like a real human. I like the ones where you just get to touch the circle or like check the box that says, I'm not a robot. Because it does the same thing. It just, it can tell when you're moving a little bit, because no human is able to just perfectly click it ever. They can tell that there's slight bits of movement, and that's how it can tell that it's a human and not a robot. So they should be able to get away with using that for all of them. But instead they're like, nah, we're gonna do all of these awful, select these images, and it's just stupid. I really hate that, especially since they have the alternative where you can just click here to say you're not a robot, and it works just fine. The worst one, they make you keep selecting until they're all gone. You know, I never ever get that one. Like, I don't know why, I just don't. That one never shows up for me. Fun fact, you're still trying to get the glue dried. What the heck? I'm willing to believe that hot glue is of Satan. Hot glue is just awful, awful stuff. Wait, may I ask what you were trying to hot glue? Because, I don't know if I asked. I'm just kind of curious now. Is it Woody's head? Because, yeah. Hot glue is such a last resort for me. I just really... When I was a kid, this is a totally different, unrelated, completely unrelated story. When I was a kid, Pokemon Diamond, that was my game. That was my Pokemon game that I grew up with the most. And Leafeon was my favorite Pokemon. And, Leafeon knew this move called Last Resort, where you had to use all the other moves first before you could, use Last Resort. But when you used Last Resort, it was a very strong move. It was just a normal type move, but it was pretty strong. And, the thing I didn't realize was, when I was a kid, I thought that meant you had to use up the PP of every single move before you could use Last Resort. And that's actually not the case. You just have to use each one, like, of the other 3 moves once in that battle before you can use... It was just really dumb, because then I never ended up using Last Resort ever, because my Pokemon would always die long before I used up all the other moves PP. So it was just... That's just one of those embarrassing things that you learn later about Pokemon. Like, I remember my friend was telling me a story about how they were trying to ride their bike. So they found somebody online who was telling a story. Yeah, my friend told a story about an internet story. Somebody online was trying to ride their bike quickly to get past the guard in one of their games, and they're like, I can't get past him. Even at night, he never sleeps. And it's just funny because that's not how you're intended to get past the guard, but it's just funny how you try to play Pokemon games when you're really, really young and you just don't understand yet. It's so funny to me. Oh, I see. That makes sense, Sonic, yeah. Poor Woody. Woody is just trying to survive so hard. He just wants life. You know, it's just, I don't understand, the Twitch. Like, maybe it's just Streamlabs OBS. I'm not sure what it is, but there is a viewer count that lets me know how many people are watching, and that's helpful, but I think it would be more helpful if it was accurate. Like, seriously, because, sometimes some of you guys say that I have a lot of viewers, and for me it only shows, like, 2, or vice versa, because it just said I had 5, and then it was like, oh, it's 2 now, and I'm just wondering how that's calculated. I mean, whatever, I don't need a ton of viewers to be happy, but it helps me to, just mentally just to be able to imagine how many people I'm talking to. I don't know. It's just weird how it's not very accurate. Yeah, Yodi, he was trying to ride the bike fast. He's like, I tried going slow past the guard, and I tried going fast past the guard, and I tried running, I tried using my bike. That is just a funny story. I think I would like to read that one again. That really made me laugh. I even tried going at night, and he never sleeps. I wonder what game that was. Like, I actually don't remember which game they were playing, but I'm very curious because I want to know what that guard was wanting from the player at that point. Like, if they wanted a juice or something. I'm just curious. I'm actually a really big Pokemon fan. And by that, I mean I watch a lot of people play Pokemon while I sew. Oh, it was Heart Gold. Okay. Yeah, he also tried to ride his bike fast. He's like... That was such a funny story. That really made me laugh. Oh, good, Sonic! Oh, that is great news. I'm really glad to hear that. Here we go. So, I'd say we're about half done. Yeah, this definitely takes a while. I'm gonna use my brush to straighten out the fur fibers again. That's always really helpful. It keeps it a lot less tangled. It's just much easier to work with. I always thought it would be cool if I ever got to chat with some of the popular furries. Like, I've always wanted to be able to talk, like just have a good conversation with Procari Roo or Stormy the Falf or other fursuit makers that I really look up to, like, oh gosh, there's so many. I actually would need a list of, there's just so many people that I really look up to in the furry fandom, and, I mean, they're popular people for a reason, because they're just, either they're really good fursuit makers that do a really great job, and I'd love to talk to them about their technique and just how they structure their day, like, between working on fursuits and, yeah, I don't know. And the other, popu-furs, as they call them, they make fursuit videos about fursuiting and stuff, and I would kind of just like to thank them in person, because when I first started in the fandom, I really had no idea what the heck I was doing. I just knew that I wanted to make fursuits, but I didn't really understand if there was rules in this fandom or how anything worked. It was so confusing to me, and I wasn't gonna go to a furry convention if I didn't even know what a furry was, so honestly, all those people I would like to see and thank one day. I did get to meet Telephone, though, and that was a really cool experience. Telephone and I were at the very back of the line when it was time for the fursuit photo at Anthrocon. Last Anthrocon that was actually open. So, we just ended up being a few spots, a few seats down from each other. So that was pretty cool. I'm not, I don't know, Telephone is just a really good actor, or actress, I should say, in her fursuit. I think that's why she's so popular. I don't know. Some people just get popular for some reason. I don't need to get super popular. I just like to stream and have fun. But I think a perk of being popular would be cool because I would be able to talk with other popular people. Really though, I don't need to, I don't feel the need to talk with a lot of like famous, popular people, but I would just like to say thank you to them, really. I feel if I just said thank you in a Twitter comment or something, it would just kind of not mean much, but if I ever do see that I'm at a convention, that's all I would like. I would just like to say, hey, you know, when I was a young furry, your videos helped me out a lot, and I think you help out a lot of people, and that's very cool. And of course, I'd love to meet some fursuit makers, because honestly, there's no one way to make a fursuit, so it's really cool hearing other people's techniques and just finding other people that have that same passion as you do. Just like how gamers like to go to the game room and find other gamers and they're like, yeah, you like Sonic, I like Sonic, and then you're happy about it together. Same thing, it's just, I don't think I've ever met another fursuit maker, ever, in person. Or online, even, actually. Really. I mean, I've chatted with Big Snoot Suits on Twitter. He's a really great guy. But, yeah, I never really actually got to meet up and just have a nice conversation with any other fursuit makers. And I'm really hoping one day I get to do that, because that sounds like so much fun for me. I guess I just miss conversation in general, because, you know, the disease, the plague came, and I just haven't gotten to talk to much people. And actually, I think that's when I started streaming, was when it was very soon after COVID started, because I was kind of lonely, and I'd been wanting to stream for a long time, but I just never got up the nerve to do so. But finally I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I guess that's one good thing about something bad happening. Trying to find the silver lining of COVID is it got me on streaming, which is something I wanted to do for a long time, and it got me, I don't know, I guess I'm a lot more outgoing than I used to be, because I'm used to streaming now. So, and I got to meet a lot of friends, and we have a Discord now. So, I mean, I'm really happy about that. So I guess that is one silver lining about something awful like COVID happening. Sonic, yes, please. I would love. Tell me all your great, embarrassing stories, and I will tell you all of mine. I don't mean to be, but I am such an open book. Like, I probably should keep some secrets, but I don't know. Would I be more interesting of a person if I kept some secrets? I don't know. Or is it more interesting to hear everything I have all my stories and just everything? I really don't know what would be more interesting. Because to some people, trying to understand a person is very fun to them, trying to figure out just using context clues. But for me, I just tell you everything. I'm like, this is how I live. This is who I live with. This is how many cats I have. I just go straight for it. I hope I'm not super boring. Alright, let's read the story. Oh no! Oh no! Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what I would have thought too. I mean, I have no idea what Latin sounds like. I've never taken a Latin class. I have no idea what it would possibly even supposed to be sounding like, but that's really, really awkward. I'm sure everyone was looking at you like, yikes. I'm sorry about that. That's so embarrassing. I had to take French class. I really liked French, but I don't think I ever made a mistake that was that embarrassing. That's a pretty bad one. I really liked French class. I was actually tempted to study abroad for a while. Go to France and study, continue doing my general ed classes for college, but it would be in France. That's how you'd learn their whole culture, and you would learn how to speak French much better. It would have been really cool, but I think eventually I decided against it because at the time I was just a little bit of a nervous person. Yeah. I think I would definitely do it now. I'm much more outgoing than I used to be, but man, those few years ago when I was in college, I was just really a shy person. It's kind of strange. Like, if you knew me back then, and then you met me again now, it's just weird. Funny how people can change like that. I'm still the same person, but I don't know. I have lots more to say. I was just so used to just sitting in the back of my friend group, I guess, and letting them do all the talking for the most part. But I guess that's what happens when you have kind of a larger friend group. You gotta kind of butt your way in if you want to say something, but I was never... I don't like interrupting people, and in a larger group like that, somebody's always talking, so... To be fair, my entire friend group was literally all of the animation students in my grade. I think there was like 7 of us or so. It was a really small animation program. There really wasn't much going on there. But we still had fun together. We also suffered together. Animation is a lot of work, and it was a lot of suffering. But I really miss it a lot. I talk about it too much, I think. I haven't seen any of those friends in actual years, and it's a shame. That's the problem with going to college out of state, is that your friends are out of state too. So I just don't think I'm gonna see any of them anytime soon, and it's really a shame. There's not a lot of animation schools out there, so I didn't really have much of a choice. I had to go out of state if I wanted to learn animation, which I really did, so it was either Tennessee or California. I mean, I'm sure there was a few others, but just very general. But, yeah, that's fine. Very, very, very long time ago. It seems like just yesterday. But now I am old. I don't know. I just wonder how things would have been different if I went to college in my state. Like, I would probably still have friends in the area, because I don't actually have a lot of friends in the area anymore, which is another reason why I started streaming. But, yeah. Because now that I'm back home to good old Michigan... Okay, guys, we're getting at the very, very end here. So, here at the end, gonna keep going a little bit further than you realize. Like, you don't just stop right at the end of the line. You actually kind of angle under and try to get underneath where the next stitches would be. And that's kind of a really hard part, but I was talking and I did it instinctively without explaining it. So, after you get to the end, do a few more stitches as far as you can possibly go, and then go, and then tie it off. Yeah, I think I will, actually. I seem to be in a very awake mood today. I'm very awake, so yeah, I'm thinking Sonic is gonna happen today. Yeah, I don't know if I think I told you, I don't remember. I decided I want to play through the game once vanilla, and then I'm gonna play around with all kinds of mods. So I do want to use mods, but yeah, that's what I've decided. I don't know if I told you that yet or not. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Is that bunny ears? See, I had no idea you could even edit the emotes like that. Alright, so I tied this off really well. I'm gonna cut it as close to the seam as possible without damaging anything. And I'm just gonna kind of tug it a little bit, make sure that it feels sturdy, just all the way down. And it does, which is good, because I'd be surprised if it didn't, because I've been checking it as I go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna give it a good brush. Ta-da! That's the wonderful thing about faux fur. You can't even see it. The hole was right here. You literally can't see it. Isn't that awesome? I love it. That is definitely a plus of faux fur. Yeah, right? Isn't that cool? Just amazing. So yeah, let's see here. Reorganize. This way. There we go. Now I have a big mess. A big mess here. It's actually not that big of a mess, but any kind of mess feels big to me, because I'm very clean. I like things to be clean. Alright, so here's our tail. The only thing I gotta do is sew these feathers together, but, other than that, this one's done. Looks really cool. I'm probably gonna show it on stream again after I sew these feathers together, because it's like 90% done. I just gotta finish the feathers. But other than that, it's like, it's a really sick design. I really like what Indigo gave me to work with here. So, I'm pretty proud of it. Normally I would put my logo right here, because it's a good place to conceal it, but still have a logo. But, since I'm making a whole fursuit for Indigo, I'm gonna put the tag in the neck, like, on the head, rather than on the tail, so. Cool! So, I'm going to explain how I plan on fixing these feathers. Then I'm going to end the stream and start Sonic. Sonic Adventure 2 is good. It's like a good game. It's very aged. It's a good, bad game, but everybody loves it, and I do too. Alright. So, yeah, I'm gonna just explain quickly how I intend to do this. So, let's go above. Let's go above. So this is the way it's supposed to look, and to keep it to stay this way, we need to make sure that these feathers are attached somehow. So for each feather, we're gonna attach it at the top corner, right here, to keep this together. And for these short feathers, that'll be enough, these two end ones, I think. But these taller feathers, we're also going to do a tiny little attachment right in the middle of each one. Because if I just attach these two at the top, it'll leave this huge gap. So we also need to attach it in the center to keep it together. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to find the center seam, and right there we're going to attach we're gonna attach a string to each side. So right here and right here. You know, I think I'm gonna do I'll do one on camera before we close out today, because I really do. This was supposed to be a follow along with me series. I did get a little bit ahead of myself, which I feel bad about, because if anybody was trying to follow along, it would be hard. But I'll try harder next time. Alright, so I think I'm going to use white thread, because for most of these, I think white would show up less. If it gets seen at all, white would be better to be seen than black on the white. I don't know if that makes sense. If you see a white thread coming out of a black thing, it's not as bad as if you see black thread coming out of a white feather. So that's my take on it. And that's also probably personal preference. There's probably somebody else who would totally do the opposite. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, first I'm gonna bring the camera close so you can see. So these feathers need to get attached, and I'm gonna attach these two actually, just because on camera it's easier to see the colors, and black is very dark. So for these two long feathers, we have to attach it at the end, up here, and also in the middle. So I'm actually gonna start up at the top though. So make sure, there we go. Make sure that you have it all lined out perfectly flat, because you could accidentally get this at a different angle, and that'll mess up where you're attaching these. So make sure it's lined up perfectly before you start. Okay? So, come on, thread. Oh no, I just tied a knot in it. No! Wait, I think I can get this out. Oh! Yeah, okay. That was close. Yeah! Okay, so I'm going to attach these two pieces here. So I'm going to find the center line, and just make a really small knot. Harder than it looks, because apparently I sewed that so well that there's a lot of threads going through there. Well, better sewn very well than sewn poorly. Okay, so I got it in the center of the purple one, and I'm gonna find the center of the white one right here. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep it as close to the center here as I can. And so if I pull this together, ta-da! They go together, just like they should. Hey, how you doing, Hawks? I'm gonna try to turn this off and see if the light actually is better. We're actually not streaming for much longer. We're kind of just finishing up here. I'm sorry, but we are gonna start Sonic Adventure 2, so you didn't totally miss out. How you doing? Okay, Sonic. See you in a little bit. Alright. Alright. Come here, camera. You get to go on a cool little mini ride. Okay, so these are attached now like this. And so what I want to do is go around and come on, camera. Higher up. There you go. These are attached now when I pull them together. So what I want to do is go around and around a few times to give it that durability. I love how Hawks comes and is just like, banana! Like, that's such an interesting way to come in. There we go. Okay, so I went around a few times. Now I can pull it tight. There we go. Good. Alright, see? That's it. And, now I'll just put a knot through it and make it, put a knot through it like this. Yep. So just stick your needle in there, make a knot, and then it's connected and it'll look a lot better. So that looks a lot better already. So I am going to do that again for the center here to hold it together. But yeah, I just wanted to show how I do that, just my process behind that, because I wanted to show how to do all this, but TBH, I'm getting a little bit tired now, because I always get tired after 2 hours of streaming, so I kind of had to finish up here, but I wanted to show everything involved in making this tail. Hey Micah, how's it going? Man, everybody's making it right when we're leaving. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Rissy is really close, actually. I just finished the inside of her mouth. Now I need to get now I just need to hand sew, like stitch the mouth closed in here, and I can start putting teeth. And also I gotta put the eyebrows on. So if that's interesting, maybe I should do that on stream. Yeah, maybe I'll do that on stream. Oh, I'll think about it if anyone's interested. You're sitting at a bus stop? Oh, isn't it cold out? No, I guess it would be kind of hot. What temperature is it? It's cold? What even? Sometimes it's super hot, sometimes it's super cold. I have no idea what to expect these days. Oh, that is so cute! Oh, dang! Hawks, that's really nice. I really like the eyes. That's cute. Is there like an image of reference so I can see the character? Because I would like to see that too. Michigan weather. Right? Like, at night it gets so cold. I was actually wearing my jacket earlier. I had to take it off because, I was trying to stuff the tail, and I couldn't get my arm all the way down because it was such a long tail. Micah comes in. Hey, Clover, did you remember? You're supposed to be cold. There we go. Okay, yeah. Well, I think that's nice of you to come and stop by, Micah, because, I mean, if you're at a bus stop and you're just not much else to do, I mean, that's cool that you chose to say hi to us. So here's the tail. It's done, except I gotta sew these tail feathers together so they're not so floofy. Other than that, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with the way it came out. It's so long. I think I might have to move the camera just to show off the whole thing later, because it's so big! Oh, yeah, actually, I do. Please. I sew as much as I physically can together, and then I glue certain important spots, like, you wanna be careful because you don't want like a big circle of thick hot glue being visible through the thinner parts of the fur, but as long as you don't put too much huge thick glops, you can actually put it kind of thin. But yeah, I glue it. So I don't glue the entirety of the thing. I just glue where I think it needs. So I'll glue just around here, all the way around the eye. I didn't even glue most of this on this side. I glued around the cheek and I glued the top, but this whole side piece didn't need it. So yeah, wherever you need it, most of the time it'll stay in place anyways, but, you know, glue, just in case. You keep trying to like it, but it's not, YouTube? All I know, YT is all I know is YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry, Hawks. Is it like almost your birthday or something? Because that's a good time to get stuff. Okay. I'm in, I forgot to order, Rissy actually has hair, like, hair, so I actually had to order a wig for her, and I forgot to order it, so I just ordered it, and, I'm very excited, because she is so close to being done. I'm really excited for Rissy to get, mailed off to Cran. We're gonna see. I hope she has fun with her. I really like the way she's coming out, so. I don't remember how Cake looks. What does Cake look like again, Hawks? Is that that second image? I didn't even see there was a second image. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, it's so cute. I really like that. I like the tail. Yeah, that's the struggle of life, man. Everything is so expensive. I've seen, okay. Me ranting again. I really want to collect all the Skylanders. That's like my dream right now is to own all the Skylanders, but boy, some of them are very expensive, so it might be a while. You have a cat OC named Cake. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, Hawks. I remember that one. Okay. I remember that one. Okay, guys, so, either I can keep sewing these feathers together. Well, I'm starting with these bottom ones because they really need to be sewn together. Either I can sew these together, or we can just move straight on to Sonic Adventure 2. So I'm not really sure what you guys want to see more right now, or if you don't care. Yeah, because right now I'm just... You both have cat OC's named Cake. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have one also one day, because I really like food-themed names and characters. It just makes me so happy. So, I can guarantee I'm probably going to have a cake one day. Let me see here. Oliver! Yeah, my Persian is Oliver. That's my Persian cat, my real cat. His name is Oliver. And you won't believe, I'm pretty sure I told everybody this, but I don't remember, so whatever. You won't believe it, but he was just in the junkyard. A Persian cat. So I don't know if you guys know anything about Persians or exotic long hair cats, but they're expensive, and they have to be bred. Like, they're very, very expensive. And somebody just left this poor cat in a junkyard. It was just sad. We know he got left there because there was no homes anywhere nearby. And there was a lot of people, there's a lot of people that go in and out of the junkyard there. So, we think that somebody left him there because he has a kind of a small defect and he wasn't able to be bred. So, I mean, an expensive exotic long hair cat that can't be bred is not worth much, and they probably just wanted to get rid of him, which is really sad. Oh, you made a Dutchie named Oliver. Oh, that's such a cute name. I know, it's so sad. Like, poor kitty. At least he has a good home, though, because my friend, like, this is, it's kind of through the grapevine is how I'm telling the story, because my friend contacted me, and she's highly allergic to cats, but she told me that her friends, okay, my friend's mom found this cat, and so it was, like, down the grapevine, but somehow none of them could take this cat because they were all allergic. And I mean, here's me, who is a cat person all the way through and is not allergic to any cats. So that's how we ended up with Oliver. Although, really, he just belongs to Fel for the most part. Oh, your Persona and Fursona. You know, I was actually wondering about that. Like, I'm sorry for changing topic again. I don't have to if you guys are, I don't know. We can go back to previous topics if you guys are interested in that. But I just wanted to mention, I was talking to somebody the other day about personas and fursonas. And fursonas, I mean, obviously that's a term made up because there's so many furries and it works for us. It works well for us, but is there actually a name for, like, avians? Like, avian sonas? Or, shoot, what's the other? Like, scalies, I think they're called? Maybe? I don't know, I wonder if there's any other names like that I didn't know about, because that's kind of, I mean, it's kind of really helpful. It tells you what general idea that your character is without having to explain your full character. Like, if you say you have a fursona, it makes, like, immediately you're able to picture what a fursona generally is. Because if you say persona, it could be literally anything. Like, it doesn't even have to be a person, right? So, I don't know, it's just so confusing to me. I just wonder if there's more terms like that I don't know about. Yeah, so I guess that would work. Just like calling them feather sonas or yeah, scale sonas. That works. Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering if anybody's actually heard anybody else use terms like that, or if that's just kind of a thing that never caught on anywhere. Because, as far as I know, nobody's ever, said that before. Alright. We're making pretty good progress here. Getting these feathers sewn together. It looks a lot better already. Because you can actually make out what it's supposed to be when it stays together like this. And snip. Good. I love these little scissors, man. Like, they're so good for your wrist. And it's perfect when you need to just cut little things of thread, like when you're cutting thread or whatever, because you can stick it right in the top here, and you don't need to bring around a huge thing of scissors just to cut a tiny little thing of thread. It's just so convenient. I just really love my little baby scissors. Though crazily enough, they're usually a little bit more expensive than normal scissors, so, like, why? Oh, you do? Oh, I'm glad you like the feather shape. I like it like that, too. I really like the general. That's cool. You know, I was just complaining a minute ago how I never met another fursuit maker in person before. And I know we haven't met in person, but we're both fursuit makers, so, you know, that totally counts. Now I don't have to be sad about it anymore. I can't wait till I get to meet some people in person, though. It's just so fun. I would like to see... yeah, you should send more pictures. I'd like to see some of the feathery stuff you've made, Hawks. Because I'm sure some of them probably turned out much better than mine. Like, I know how to do a lot of stuff, just because I've been making stuff for a long time, but this is my first time doing anything actually feather-related. I've just never had to make feathers before. Alright, what side is it? The side? Okay. Okay. Generally right here. There we go. So I'm just curious how another fursuit maker might go about doing this. Because if this was all the same color, I could have just made this huge feather shape and then just put some lines through it, like, to make it, have that indent. But since these are all different colors, I had to do the feathers separate, and I just wonder if, and afterward I'm connecting them like this together. So I'm just wondering if any other fursuit makers would have come up with a different way to do it. Just an interesting thought. I don't know. Because obviously the way I'm doing it works wonderfully, but I'm sure there's somebody else smarter than me that's come up with a cooler way to do it. Oh! You're fine, Yodi. See, I expect people to miss stuff all the time because of, going in and out and not seeing streams. Yeah, give me just a second. You guys get to look at my cool, cheetah heart pants. So if you type in the chat, Trello. Trello is a website used for people like me who do commissions and stuff, so you can see a checklist of how I'm doing. So if you go there and click on Indigo's picture, you can click on the pictures of the stuff and see what's going on with it. So that's pretty cool, huh? Then you can get a good glimpse of it. But I will also show it on the screen. I'll try at least. Screen share. Aw, why is the screen share so tiny? That's so cute. Okay, Chrome. Yeah, that's not going for me. Why is... Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. It doesn't want to pick up, It doesn't want to pick up Chrome for me. That's a shame. Why does this always happen to me? I swear, I spend a lot of time before each stream trying to make sure that everything is going to work properly, but I still struggle. Yeah, why is this screen share just not? Okay, I want you to pick up Chrome, please. Window capture, yes. Give me Chrome. Great. Great! Big sad. Alright. I don't know why it's giving me trouble today, but, okay. Alright, I'm gonna try one more thing. Oh, well, I'm glad you like that. I think the queue is pretty cool. I just don't update it that often. I think I should do that more. That's kind of what I should do. That's part of what I need to get done. Huh. Okay, so I'm thinking it might be something in my settings. Something is wrong here, so unfortunately I can't show Indigo's, webcam. I can't show Indigo's on, stream, his reference this time. But I've shown it before, and, at least if you want to see, you can go to my Trello. The CloverCat Creations Trello. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why it's giving me issues. It seems like it's acting like a permissions thing, though, so I'm gonna try again later. It's kind of weird. It's not usually a problem. Alright, so I gotta get these feathers connected, but I want to make sure that as little of the string shows as possible, so it's actually really delicate to make sure I get just the perfect angle for the needle. There we go. Oh, actually, I have an idea. I can just show you on my phone. Me being silly. Of course, it won't be perfect, but, better than nothing. Do 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 do. Yeah, go ahead, Hawks. That'd be cool. I think you're in a different time zone than me. Because for me here, it's already 5:30, so... Shoot. Let's see. I mean, this is kind of a tiny image, but... Alright. Yeah, here's Indigo's reference. I'm trying to get the shine off the screen, but it's not really happening. There. So really cute. Yeah, the tail is really the star of the show. But the wings are gonna be just as hard, so... Again, I know how to make wings, but I've never done it before, so this is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna have a good time with that. I like trying the new things. And here we go. Okay. Cool, yeah, right? I love it. It's so exciting. Oh, it's 4:29. Okay, so yeah, you're an hour behind us. Or we're an hour ahead of you. I guess it depends how you want to look at it. Yeah, if you decide to stream, post it in the self-promo of our Discord so that we can all watch. Otherwise, I will probably forget. Alright, so this is actually looking a lot better. There. You can tell which side I did and which side I didn't, because these are all staying together. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer over here. Cool. Oh, that would be cool. Oh yeah, Yodi. We're gonna be doing the wings for sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it on stream or off stream, but, cause Because usually, if I've never made something before, it's easier for me to do it off stream so I can focus and make sure I do it right. So we'll see. But even if I don't do it on stream, I'm definitely going to be showing it off on stream. So at least there's that. But the wings are so... I just love wings. I need to make a character with wings. I love huge, huge wings. Those are so fun, but unfortunately, it's really, really hard to fursuit around at a convention or anywhere if you've got big, big wings. So, that's why most people ask for just small wings. Not tiny, but, perhaps just, like, this big. Like, it fits on your back and it comes out, but it's not huge, like, arm length. They're small enough where it's helpful. You know, I've actually got that suggestion a few times, especially with hand paws. Like, do one off stream and do one on stream. And you know what? I actually, I tried it because it is a good idea in theory, but I tried it and I just can't stand it because, the way I prefer to work is, if you want to make something symmetrical, if you want it to look exactly the same, you got to do it at the same time. So if I did one of the entire... Like, I'm sure it would turn out fine, but I feel much more secure if I worked on them together. Like, I cut out all of the finger paws, and I sew all of them together. I keep them on the same schedule, on the same track. I think that actually really helps out a lot. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could, and I thought about it, but honestly, I don't like working that way. And I should just say, for the stream, I'll do it that way, but I don't know. So, maybe in the future. Never say never, but I prefer to just keep them on the same track. Alright, so, yeah. This is good. This is going. Yeah, you can't even... It's, like, hard to even tell. I didn't even sew the inside yet. The inside in between. Right here. But, yep. Alright, well, I'm satisfied with this, and I believe I've shown off enough of it, during this entire stream, so I'm gonna finish, those tail feathers and side feathers, off stream, and I'll just post pictures in the Discord, or I'll show you guys next stream, but I think I've shown off enough where you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this stream, and we're gonna move on to Sonic, because it's been a while. I miss Sonic. I miss him. Oh, it looks good, thank you! I'm glad. Oh yeah, Hawks, sure, go ahead. You might want to send it in the Discord, because right now I'm just about to close this, stream. I've got my comb. Okay, guys, well, I'm gonna end the stream, and I'm gonna start it right back up. So, I will see you in, like, 3 seconds. Thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody. Bye!